Anyway, if you'll notice, I don't have a lot of makeup on. I don't have my brows filled in. This is my day job. Ordinarily, I would. It's such a conservative environment. Like, I can't really be my authentic self. So I'm just kind of not in the mood for it today. Over my loud heater. I don't really have anywhere to position the camera, so I'm not going to hold it for long while I'm driving. It's just not safe. Because I don't usually carry it. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. Oh! Usually when I get in the car in the morning, there's only two things that I listen to. I used to listen to Jenny McCarthy, but she doesn't come on until a little bit later once I've already gotten to work. And honestly, I love Jenny, but I already curse like a sailor, and I'm trying to get my mind right. So when I'm struggling, it doesn't help me to listen to somebody who is like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think you know what I'm saying. I shouldn't assume people know what I'm talking about, but I have to listen to things that kind of bring me down a little bit. So I love the 80s. I live for 80s music, any 80s music, right? Or praise and worship, which you can't hear because I got this loud heater on, and if I turn the radio up, you won't be able to hear me at all. I usually, like I said, stop by Starbucks. I have had to cut back on my caffeine intake. It does not help with my blood pressure or my anxiety. And I'm just kind of being very honest about that. People who know me know that I have had that for quite some time. An example of a panic disorder. For those of you who are old enough to know when Soul Food was on as a TV show, not the movie, the TV show, which they may be bringing back, praise the Lord. Nicole Ari Parker's character, Terry, the middle sister, which I am also she's actually the oldest sister, but she feels like, I feel like Terry a lot of ways. If you ever saw her have the panic disorder, that is what I have had for about 10 or 11 years. It is how do I explain it? Okay, so you guys know I'm a psych major. Okay, so and I hate to explain it to people psychologically, but that's the best way that I can make people understand exactly what the magnitude is of it and why. In that situation, somebody would prescribe medication to support her in conjunction with therapy, right? Checking my time, because I'm going to have to cut some of this out, if this is even on my face. So, in her case, and in mine, what happens is the neurotransmitter that disperses serotonin in the brain over disperses it in the cases of anxiety. So just say you're really anxious all the time and hyper all the time. There's neurotransmitters that disperse certain types of things from the brain that have us react certain ways. Neurotransmitters are the same things that control Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease. It is the lack of those neurotransmitters that create the problems that people have. So that's why things like Alzheimer's is not curable, while Parkinson's is not curable, but there are some medications that can supplement some of these symptoms. It is the same thing with a panic disorder. I am not comparing the panic disorder to those diseases, but giving you an idea of what that means. So, in which case you then have to take medication to basically replenish the brain with something that the brain no longer is going to create. It depletes itself so much depending on the extent of somebody's disorder that they will then not be able to reproduce it. The body doesn't reproduce it on its own. So that's kind of what I experienced. Given the last year and the last several months, I have experienced it a great deal more than what I am used to. Getting back to the last few months, I have tried to film a couple of videos explaining what happened this last year. They were successful videos. They were just not videos that I could find the strength to sit down and look at again and review and edit. That was very difficult. So I will put a couple of pieces in this video just so that you guys know exactly what I was trying to say. Because every time I tried to say something, something else changed. So I tried to film and say my wedding was being postponed. I tried indefinitely. Hi guys, so this is the third time I've tried to do this vlog. I may not be able to do it outside. It's been a lot of noise and chaos and stuff. I thought it would be like have a lot of ambiance because it's the fall and it's raining and all this other crap, but that doesn't seem to be working out too well for me, and I don't want to sit out here all day, get all sweaty, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys because I haven't done one of these in a while, purposefully. So I'm going to try to touch on a few things, and I don't want to ramble, but I just want to be transparent because that's what I used to do with you guys. Some people may not be too happy with me doing that at this point, but this is my channel, and I'm not going to always be vlogging about my personal life anymore, but I did want to just kind of give you guys some answers because I was getting a lot of questions. And sometimes when you're going through a storm and people ask you a lot of things, although it's kind of my fault because I put a lot of my life out there, it's almost like a slow death every time you have to keep explaining what's going on in your life. But before I get started, some of my fall favorites, if you want to know, are of course the pumpkin spice latte, but I do mine non-fat with an extra shot. The black cherry merlot candle from Bath & Body Works is one of the strongest, and I think it gives more of a feminine and a masculine scent to it. I really dig it. It's not too sweet. And this wig is a newborn free wig. It is a human hair wig. It's 27 inches, color in 1B. I live for it. It has a part. It's an adjustable strap in the back as well. And this Scully is from H&M for $5.99. The wig was $40, I believe. So anyway, and Jack's out here with me. I don't know if you can tell or not. Maybe you've seen in some of my last videos, I did move into a bigger apartment. I live in kind of the same area I did. I just kind of got a larger space because things in my life were changing and it was necessary to get more space. Okay, so I had to come inside, guys. It was just getting too noisy, man. And it was really distracting for me to try to speak on what I was speaking on. With all the noise and people walking by and whatnot. So sorry, the fall ambiance has now disappeared, but maybe I can just kind of get to the point. So as I was saying, you know, I got engaged this year, and something I was very proud of, you know, somebody I love a great deal, but everybody goes through trials and tribulations, and a lot of people ask me on my videos when the wedding is happening. They ask me on pictures, and we did have a date, and there were things, you know, that were kind of already falling into place, and as that kind of has inched up on us, I will say very honestly that the wedding has been postponed indefinitely. And I have to say that, and I can't, you know, really apologize to anybody or him or anybody for having to speak on that. I have a YouTube channel, and I have posted all of the videos and all of the information about our relationship, or at least about the engagement itself. And it's been very difficult for me to have to ignore people or answer the questions kind of strategically in videos that aren't even about it, the wedding anymore. And I don't want anybody to be upset. And it's just one of those things where you have to start learning a little bit more about people, and sometimes it takes more time than you anticipate, you know, and that's just kind of where it's at. So, that was one video and one wig. I tried to film and say that I was no longer getting married. This was around the holidays, because I wanted you guys to understand why I was not filming, and understand some other things. and I'm filming today because I want you guys to kind of understand the place that I am truly in at this point. And if you like my sweatshirt, I will give you the information. Intellect, but distributed by M. Night. If you guys know M. Night, he's a really dope DJ out here in Dallas. I'm kind of a friend, I guess, and he's a fantastic photographer as well. So I'm going to shout him out before I get into all the hoopla of everything that this video is going to be. But everybody's on the big Netflix and chill video thing right now, and I thought the sweatshirt was really dope. This one is a hoodie. So yeah, support the homies and support black businesses. So I'm hoping that in doing this video that I will be able to get back on track with doing my videos again. I have tried to do them and it's been very difficult emotionally just because of the course of the year. So just to be very clear, the video that I had started to do back in October was basically just to let you guys know that my wedding had been postponed indefinitely at that time. People were asking me constantly about when I was getting married, and no problem, you know, I shared my relationship journey with you guys every now and then, and which I would organically do to some degree because of course if you're getting married or you're celebrating something in your life, a birthday, a milestone, a graduation, a baby, you know, you want to tell people. You guys know I try to be as transparent as possible. I don't share everything, but I do. Those were some particular moments that I wanted to share with you guys, and I think by now, and I hope by now, it is now established that I am not getting married. I have tried to hashtag it and do some subtle things, even on Facebook, which I'm not on anymore because of the situation. And I hope I can keep my thoughts together for you guys. I hesitated about doing this video because I didn't want it to come off the wrong way. I don't want to bash anybody. I just wanted to let you guys know exactly where I'm at and why I feel like my vlogging journey, even my journey as an artist, as a student, and a lot of things have really fallen off the wagon. And it's hard to articulate this, but some people may personalize or internalize what I'm saying the wrong way, and I have to get out of worrying about how somebody internalizes my journey. Why I didn't clean up, I usually try to make it pretty and like candles and stuff like that, is because I wanted you guys to see exactly where I was at when I filmed in here. This is a new apartment. I moved into a larger apartment in preparation for me getting married. I had the walls certain colors and had done a lot of things in preparation and building a home to be married. Because I am not getting married, I have been kind of fighting to make the space my own. I will be very honest with you, I am big on energy, and a lot of times when I come home, it is hard for me because there's a lot of things that just don't feel like it's about me. And that's tough. I repainted the wall here in the room. I wish I could take you guys on a tour. As cute as the apartment looks and everything, it's tough. It's tough for me to kind of get in the right headspace, which makes it very difficult to film. I've gone through a few different cameras that I haven't been too pleased with. I found that I haven't been pleased with a lot of things. I'm not even pleased with my hair right now. People like it, I hate it. You know, there's a lot of things that I incurred debt-wise, some goals that I had that I have to kind of readjust. But that's all secondary, I guess, to the emotional side of it that's been very difficult. What I will say carefully is that I've never been married before. I've been engaged. I can't tell somebody how to be married, but I am 41 years old. I'm a mom, and
you get to a certain point in your life where you know exactly what your expectations are. And what I have learned and what I'm learning, and hopefully will continue to learn, is or continue to assert as I move forward in life, you've got to have the same value systems with somebody, and you can't just say it. And if you're going to establish a future with somebody, you can't just say that you want it. You've got to really be prepared for it. I hope that I get back to a point. You never know what can happen, you know. I hope that I will get back to a point where I can feel comfortable on this type of journey again. It's been a real struggle for me, and I just don't know. I just don't know, guys. I have faith in God. I pray every single day. I cry a lot. That's just real. And like I said, I'm hoping that by doing this video, I'll be able to get all of this out so that I can move forward. If I could show you guys, I have stacks and stacks and stacks of haulage of things that I am supposed to show you and wanted to show you, and things that I wanted to give away, and hopefully I still will, that I just could not get up the energy to do for you in a manner that I felt like was fair for the channel. And I don't want the channel to become about my personal life so much so that the beauty aspect for why a lot of you guys were loyal to me is lost. But I did want to touch on it because I did share this with you, and it's something that I was proud of, and I don't regret sharing it at all. If I were to ever get married or have that kind of relationship again, I think I might have to tell you guys after the fact. Guys, after the fact. But because I'm afraid right now. I'm hurting and I'm afraid, and it's Christmas and I want it to be pleasant. Actually, I want it to be great. I want it to be a blessing for my family and for all of you guys. And I know a lot of people out there are also struggling with something very similar. And I have a few friends that are really going through a very tough time as well with heartbreak. People have reached out to me, and if you have reached out to me, trust and believe. When you tell me, I am absolutely praying for you, because I understand it's very difficult. Just because you go through something like this does not mean that you don't love a person. For whatever reasons, you know, things just happen the way that they happen, and God does everything in His own time, and we don't always understand why. And I don't even really question Him, to be honest. I don't question Him in the process. I just ask Him, you know, lead me. What do you want me to do? How do I move forward? How do I kind of get back on track? School-wise, work-wise, you know, because it's tough. I just don't see it. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but I'm having a tough time. So I just wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you what was going on, because so many people will kind of randomly ask me, which is what makes me hesitate to put videos up, and I want to answer truthfully what has happened. It kind of was a boulder it was a boulder effect, I guess, of things that were going on, and I just, you know, everything kind of came to a head. And I was actually supposed to be married November 14th, for those of you who are wondering. So that was a very difficult time for me, and like I said, some days still are. So I'm just hoping that I can get back on track and you know, get back to doing what I do just in life, because there's just too much makeup around here to not be using it, okay? And not, I know now, and that's, I'm just trying to be cautious in some things. You never know what can happen. You never burn bridges with people and everything like that, but you have to be on the journey when you're on a journey with somebody, you got to be on the journey together, kind of thing. You know, and it's all about timing and really what God wants for you. And you never know what that is. So I would say to anybody out there who's struggling, just be frank in your prayers and your conversations with God, even when they're the hardest, if you can't. And this is just me. I know everybody isn't like a faith. Everybody doesn't have the same faith. But any faith at all that you have, trust in that, you know. There's going to be those times where I can't pray at all, and you're not going to be able to pray either, and you have to trust that God knows what you need regardless. So I think with that said, that's pretty much my truth, and I'm sticking to it, my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to move the camera around so you guys can see how much crap is in here, and I'm going to ask you to pray on that. Pray on these boxes, honey. That's not even what's in the closet, what's in the room. Next time you see me, I probably will not have these braids in. They just didn't come out the way I wanted, and I like my short hair. So, sorry to all you guys that don't like short hair girls, because I've been hearing that a lot lately. But otherwise, I will see you guys. Thank you so much for listening and staying with me and being supportive. And I will see you guys definitely in the next video.
Well, guys, that's my story. I hope that you found this helpful. I did mean to show you the end of my day, but I was kind of looking a hot mess, so you can just kind of watch me maneuver around one of the older videos. I hope that this answers everybody's questions. I hope that I'll be able to get back to the inspiration that I need, which for many years has come from all of you. I am prayerful that anybody who has been struggling with heartbreak or job loss or anything of the sort will also find some solace in some of the messages that I sent today. I wanted you to see exactly where I am today, where I was then, and how I was kind of making it through. And I'll get through, and you'll get through it too. I love you all very much. I love a lot of people very much. But make sure that you take care of yourself first. In my life, I have to tell you to always put God first. Make sure that He's the tie that binds. I know that everybody's not always going to agree with that, but that doesn't make it any less important. I pray that you all have a wonderful and blessed evening, and that I will see you on the next video. Love you very much. This is Mo. Bye.